We are taking chapter number 2, which is forest and wildlife resources. Forest and wildlife resources of India, what is happening to it, what we can do to save them, and what is the present scenario. The main thing which comes when we talk about anything related to forest and wildlife is the biodiversity. So what is this biodiversity? This term refers to diverse life forms existing in nature. That is, we have bio. Anything what we study in bio, that is the plants and the animals, the species. So anything related to this is bio. And when we say diversity, that means different forms. So different forms of biology, different forms of plants and animals, maybe of any type, any size. So it refers to diverse life form existing in our nature. So the various species, different types of species of plants and animals, we'll call them flora and fauna. These plants and animals, which are quite interrelated, interdependent on each other, this constitute the biological diversity. In short, we call it as biodiversity. India is home to nearly 8% of world's biodiversity. 8% we have. India has 81,000 species of fauna and 47,000 of flora. Now this flora, you can remember it by the word flower. So flower, it comes from plants. So you can say that plants, all type of plants, big, small, trees, all this comes under flora. And when it comes to fauna, you see this A is for animal. You may remember like this. For all the animals we have, fauna words used. So 81,000 species of fauna we have. A large number of animals and plant species in India, they are in endangered list. That means they are in danger. And India has about 22% of total area under forests. Half of its natural forests have been destroyed. Let me give you some pictures first. This is cheetah. This is pink-headed duck, mountain quail, forest spotted owl. They all are in this list. So let me take you to the detail now. That we have been talking about different types of microorganisms. It can be, the animals can be from microorganisms to even bigger or the largest mammals like blue whales. So these things which we are talking, even with the plants, they all constitute the biodiversity. And we just talked about biodiversity. So there is a very complex system how this flora and fauna, plants and animals, they are related. And please mind, you are also, we human beings are also the part of this biodiversity. Biodiversity, whatever we get, we breathe, we drink water, and the food we get from the soil. And all these constitutes biodiversity. Forests are the you can say key player. Why they are key player? Because in ecological system, whatever you get, most of the things, the primary produce you get is from the forest. So again, coming back to biodiversity or biological diversity, this is just a short form. So it is immensely rich in wildlife and cultivated species, diverse in form and function, but closely interrelated, integrated in a system through multiple network of interdependency. So when different types of plants and animals, they are interrelated, we call them as biodiversity, along with everything in the nature. So let me come to the flora and fauna in India. So we are very rich in biodiversity. Around 8% of the total number of species in the world, that is around 1.6 million we have biodiversity. Then 81,000 species of fauna, 47,000 of flora. That is 47,000 of plant species and 81,000 of animal, different size and shapes of animals. In this 47,000 plant, 15,000 are ours, Indian, endemic or indigenous to Indian region. But there are certain estimates which are alarming. That is, 10% of India recorded wild flora and 20% of the mammals. They are in threatened list. They are in critical situation. They are on the verge of extinction. But some of them, which I just showed you, they are almost finished. Not only these birds or these animals, along with this, we have Maduka insignis. This is a wild variety of mahua. And Hubbardea heptaneurone. This is a species of a grass. So we are not only talking about animals, but the grass, the different type of plant species, they are also finished. 79, see these, we are talking about the large animals, 79 species of mammals, 45 of birds, 15 of reptiles, and 3 of amphibians, they are threatened. 1500 plant species endangered. Flowering plants, vertebrate animals, they have recently become extinct. And it's quite a rate which is quite faster than we can expect. But what we are doing? This is a picture of a forest with fire. It may be man-made. But this we have to understand that these forests are vanishing. These forests are vanishing. That is, deforestation we are doing. The forest cover in the country is estimated at 6,37,293 square kilometers. What is the percentage? It is 19.39% of total geographical area. Total geographical area, but you have to understand that this is the 1999 report, right? In 1960-61, it was 18%. Then in 2008 to 2009, it was 22%. So this is the data of 1999. So 19.39% of the Indian region is covered by forest. And how much we need? At least 33%. At least 33% we want, right? And in this, dense forests are very, very closely, the trees are very close. These are 11.48. When the trees are sparse, they are 7.76%. And the mangrove, the sea, where land and sea meet, there are areas we have mangrove. These are around 0.15%. But we have seen there is an increment of forest cover, that is around 10,098 square kilometers has increased. But because people are actually know the problem and they are planting it. But still, we need how much? 33%, and it is way less than what we are expecting. Now, learning about flora and fauna or the species, different species, will be very difficult if we don't categorize them. So we need to categorize them. So there is IUCN. There is IUCN. So we have to classify these species. So IUCN, you have to understand the full form of IUCN. This is International Conservation of Nature. This is International Union of Conservation of. This N comes twice. So this means this not come twice, but it has the meaning of N twice. So one N is for, this N is again used for the nature, and this N is again used for the natural resources. So let me go it to you again. IUCN means International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So they have classified. In terms of classification, we have first as the normal species. Now these species, you will find it everywhere. For example, cattle, rodents, you will find it everywhere. I can go up to say the sal and pine, these are the trees, you'll find everywhere. When it comes to endangered species, you can see the name danger here. So it is endangered. This species is in danger. So they are in danger of extinction. That is, they are going to just finish off as their population is decreasing, fast dwindling. They are, you can say, these are the species which are having a danger of extinction. Maybe because the living condition for them is not suitable, or we are doing something to make them extinction, maybe hunting, etc. So the example is black buck. I'll show you all the pictures, but black buck, Indian wild ass, Indian rhino, lion, crocodile. These are in endangered species. Coming to vulnerable species. Vulnerable means you take any animal which cannot move faster, like tortoise. Now the tortoise cannot move faster, but the cap on its back is very precious. So it is vulnerable. The population has decreased to the level of being coming into endangered if you don't take care of them. For example, Asiatic elephant, blue sheep, Gangetic dolphins. These are all vulnerable species. Coming to rare species, and they are in very small number, and if you're not taking care of them, they may go to endangered species or vulnerable species, like hornbill, Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox. These are rare species. Coming to endemic species, Deshaj, Indian, or only found in here. The species, or they are found only in a particular region. These are called endemic species. So the species that are found only in a particular region and they are isolated by natural barriers are called endemic species. For example, if you go to Andaman Nicobar Island, you will find teal in only Andaman, pigeon in only Nicobar. So pigeon, that is why the name is Nicobar pigeon. You will not find this pigeon anywhere else. Same is for the teal. You will not find it anywhere else than Andaman. Then you all have a wild pig. You will only find it in Andaman Islands. Then we come to extinct species, those who have left us. They have already gone. So the species no longer exist on this earth. Asiatic cheetah, pink head duck. I showed you the picture. These are almost extinct. But let me take you again to all these because these are very important. So we have cattle and rodents, normal species. Endangered species, these are endangered species. We have the blackbuck, a star who is facing charges against killing the blackbuck. Then we have Indian wild ass. Then we have blue sheep. This is blue. Let me come to the Indian wild ass. Blue sheep is in vulnerable species. So we have this. I'm going back to endangered species: blackbuck, Indian wild ass. Then we have the Indian rhino. Then we have the lion, the crocodile. All these are endangered species. Vulnerable species: Asiatic elephant. We have Asiatic elephant. Then we have this blue sheep. Then this is the Gangetic dolphin. Rare species coming to hornbill. Then we have this Himalayan brown bear. Then we have the wild Asiatic buffalo, this one, and the desert fox. These are rare species. And coming to the endemic species, see, all these are the endemic species. You will only find them like the Andaman teal, or this one, that is the Nicobar pigeon, Andaman wild pig. This is Andaman wild pig. You won't find it anywhere else. And these two, pink-headed duck and cheetah, they are finished. So let me show you some more pictures because it is very important to understand through picture that what all are being finished. For example, these are the Nicobar, these magpods. They are already finished. These all what we see. This is used for making mats, baskets, and this is also a plant, a simple plant, and this was having the medicinal properties. They are also extinct, rare and endangered species. Now coming to the Asiatic cheetah, we have to really talk about them. See, Asiatic cheetah, they are world's fastest land mammal. They could run up to a speed of 112 kilometers an hour. Say, a cheetah or an animal is so fast. It was declared extinct in 1952 in India. In India, 1952, already extinct. It was mainly found in Asia and Africa. And how do you differentiate between a cheetah and a leopard? Cheetah has this line, you see. There is a distinguishing mark on, these are long teardrop shaped. These are teardrop shaped lines on each side of the nose from the corner of its eye to its mouth. Cheetah you can find, earlier 20th century in Asia and Africa, they were there. But they are almost finished. And in India, they have already gone by 1952. So what are the reasons? No, you need to understand the reason why this is happening. See, we are changing things. We are transforming the nature according to us. That is, you see, wood, barks, leaves, rubber, medicines, dyes, food, fuel, fodder, manure, all we get from where? From the nature. So what are we doing? Maybe, wantedly or unwantedly, we are depleting the forest and wildlife because we are using them. We are using the resources, right? And apart from this, it started all from colonial rule, because at the colonial rule, there was an expansion. Railway was expanded, agriculture was expanded, more commercial things were done, scientific forestry was done, and mining, that is taking out of the ores, minerals from the ground. This was mining activities. And this again, even after the independence, this carried on. So in just 30 years, 1915 to 1980, according to FSI, that is Forest Survey of India, 26,200 of the forest was converted into agricultural land. You see, when you convert the forest into agricultural land, you are benefited. But what about the forest? What about the flora and fauna? So in these 30 years, 26,200 of forest were converted into agriculture land. And there are certain ways also, these were the things which we talked about. But there is something called shifting cultivation, where most of the people who are tribals, they follow it still. That is called Zoom. And they just slash and burn one place, go to other place. So they just cut trees and they burn it. So this is also a kind of situation we need to deal with. Now, coming to the next part, I'll just take this part in the next discussion, right? So this is the first part, and we'll be taking more of these in the second part. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.